Hi, everybody. Welcome to North of MAGA. I'm your host, Pierre Shields, and today we're talking about critical minerals. The world is scrambling for resources most people can't even name, but those resources are inside literally every modern device you touch. Your phone, your laptop, your EV, your AI chips, your fighter jets, your space lasers, your climate control devices, and critical minerals are the new oil. I thought water was the new oil. No, critical minerals apparently. And while superpowers like the United States, China, and the EU fight for secure supply, Canada is sitting on top of one of the most strategically valuable leverage plays of the next 50 years, a mineral treasure chest, barely tapped. So today, let's break down how Canada's critical mineral wealth could become the most powerful geopolitical card this country has ever held. I'm Pierre Shields, and this is North of MAGA. Let's take a look. Why critical minerals matter. Rare earth elements, lithium, nickel, cobalt, graphite, uranium, these aren't optional. They're mandatory inputs into EV battery chemistry, advanced semiconductors, aerospace, nuclear, hypersonics, and modern defense systems. There is no energy transition without them. There is no AI hardware scaling without them. There is no modern military without them. And they're not evenly distributed. A few countries control the majority of the supply, and one country dominates refinery capacity, China. That concentration alone is already triggering realignment in global trade and national security planning. Canada's untapped power. Canada is a geological superpower that hasn't actually acted like one yet. Northern Quebec, Northern Ontario, Manitoba, BC, Saskatchewan have massive deposits. We have huge potential in nickel, cobalt, graphite, uranium. But here's what nobody's talking about. We don't just have minerals, we have the political advantage. We have rule of law, stable government, ESG-aligned capital markets, and ally-aligned democratic governance. In other words, we're the most trusted future supplier the US and Europe can partner with, and Washington knows it. Geopolitical leverage. Critical minerals are now a national power instrument. The US wants supply chain independence away from China. The EU needs some secure alternative sources. Japan and South Korea are actively shifting reliance away from Beijing, and they want Canada in that role. This is where friendshoring becomes a strategic weapon of alliances. If Canada chooses it, it can build leverage, not by military might, but by controlling value-added inputs into the industries that decide the next century's winners. AI defense manufacturing, clean energy, nuclear, aerospace, autonomous platforms. This could be Canada's sovereign advantage. Challenges and reality. It's not simple. The hurdles are real. Environmental respect, indigenous consultation collaboration, massive capital investment, processing capacity inside Canada, not offshore. Right now, we dig this stuff, then ship it abroad and buy back value-added products. We can't repeat the same mistake in critical minerals. If Canada doesn't build refinery, processing, and downstream manufacturing, then we lose the leverage. The power is not in extraction. The power is in value-added transformation. The 2030 pivot. If Canada executes correctly, by the end of the decade, we could become a processing hub, a battery ecosystem nation, a nuclear fuel superpower, a defense manufacturing strategic partner. This could reshape alliances. It can permanently shift Canada's sovereign leverage position versus China and versus the US. Critical minerals, if handled strategically, are how Canada stops being the polite supply shed of the industrial world and becomes an indispensable geopolitical player. We can still be polite, though. Not because we have more guns, but because we own the inputs to every gun, every missile, every chip, and every clean energy system. This is real leverage. If Canada wants true sovereignty, critical minerals aren't just an economic play. They're the strategic backbone of every power structure in the next century. This is where the future balance of power gets decided. Like, subscribe, share, and support independent Canadian geopolitical analysis. I'm Pierre Shields for North of MAGA. I hope you enjoyed. Leave your comments below. Go play outside.